this was incredible. Really. I mean, thank you, Ari. You're amazing. I knew that. Now I really know. I mean, I knew as an individual, but now I know why you're amazing and what you do. But most importantly, you guys are amazing. You really gave it all, and you really put together some incredible ideas. So again, please share and care. Now, before we go to the conclusion, a group of us just try to pinpoint 10 of recommendations of things that we can reflect on and keep working on. But before that, we have a video message from Ravi. Ravi is our colleague from UN Women, but most importantly is the co-chair of the Interagency Network on Youth Development, one of the most dynamic group of people working on youth development issues. So can we launch the video, please? Thanks.
Good morning, everybody. Miro and all colleagues at Glocha, congratulations. As always, inspiring all of us here by finding innovative ways to engage with young people. I congratulate you to really bring forward attention to the focus on young people, entrepreneurship with a special focus on social enterprise, and finding innovative solutions to sustainable development goals. I think you're really discussing a very critical area that, if you're looking at the next 14 years, yes, only 14 years are left till we accomplish all the 17 goals. And the only way we can accomplish that is to really invest in young women and young men so we can have those skills, that expertise to find innovative solutions. I think I'm really joining your call to really mobilize young people so that they can have time to ponder, to think, to come together and find innovative solutions, be it eliminating poverty or finding solutions to achieve gender equality or providing social inclusion and integration as part of the goal number 10. But of course, for us, what is central to this is partnerships. So that's one particular message. The second message is to reaffirm that this is a global agenda. So really mobilize all aspects of Europe, Western Europe, the Eastern Europe, bring them together. I really hope in Austria, that you're really working with all the UN entities and other youth organizations in Europe to bring their focus on investing in young people and enterprise. The last not the least is the solution, which is really very dear to my heart, is the gender perspective. I really hope that what you do has a very strong gender perspective, and 50% or more are really young women who benefit from creating those ecosystems that promote and harness young women's potential to find innovative solutions. So with that, I really close and really want to thank you, and wearing my hat as the co-chair of the UN Interagency Network on Youth Development, and also my hat as a co-chair of the World Vision 2030, I congratulate you and also reaffirm our support and commitment to stand with you and really be accountable to young people so that we are there to find these solutions. Thank you very much.
All right, let's move to the conclusion. The first thing that we wanted to highlight coming up from this workshop today is that we're really building a community that is made of expert and expertise, of committed and passionate people, but most importantly, people that are forward-looking, people that are looking for solution and looking for sharing these solution and this forward side that they have. On this, I would like to report on the numbers, on incredible numbers of people that we've already reached just today through our social media channels. To thank you to people that have shared the Facebook feeds and the Twitter. I was told around 20,000 people watch already the live feed. I mean, that's to me incredible number. I don't know yours. I don't know about you. But with Twitter and retweeted, also we've reached around 15,000, 16,000 people. So congratulations. Another element, this is not an event. This is part of a series of events, of happenings, of a series of meetings and a series of community building exercise. We want to build this community of knowledge and share the knowledge that we have, that we're building and creating. but also we want to increase the resources, both the human resources and the financial resources that would be allocated to events like this. And I want to stress the fact that we organize this event for zero money. So there is no money, no budget invested in this. And I think this is great. Like UN usually spends, and we're often criticized for that, to spending thousands of dollars of taxpayer money. Well, this event was organized thanks to the participation and the commitment to all of you with zero funds. So thank you for coming here. Especially those students that came from different universities around Europe that invested their own funding to be here with us. Thank you very much. Third point, as I say, we're building a community. And to build a community, today we need a platform. So we have opened a Facebook group. We thought that this was the best way to remain all in touch. And the Facebook group is called Youth Entrepreneurship 2030, just like the hashtag. So please do search for the Facebook group, do join the Facebook group, and do share the Facebook group with like-minded people like yourself. Let's go to the meeting. Now, I think the elements and the most important point that came out today is that social entrepreneurs are really the most critical group into society that will help us achieving the SDGs. And if you think about it, the power that this message has, because it's not that it's working on industrial development, in climate change, is throughout the spectrum. So social entrepreneurs are the change makers for a better future and a better world. So we all ought to support them, we all ought to be them, and we all ought to encourage social entrepreneurship as a movement for a better world. Next, fifth point, and I think we want to thank Bisera for this quote, globally localized entrepreneurs. So we want to bring local experience, local success stories, local energies, and local energetic entrepreneurs to a global level. Now this is, of course, the task of the UN system, this is the task of international organizations, international NGOs, but it's also the task of all of you. You have the power, you have the capacity as young change makers to bring their message, to share their experience, and to help them sharing their messages and their success stories. So, local intervention brought to a local level. This, of course, means coordination, it means dialogues, and it means communication. Sixth point, and it was brought up in a number of interventions, that we need to reinforce the policy framework, and we need to adopt policy framework that support social entrepreneurship. With that comes a great deal of recognition. So we have to recognize, and that's why I say local intervention brought to a global level. We need and we have to recognize the impact that social entrepreneurs across the globe are doing. And with recognition, with acknowledgement of their work, it comes a great deal of, and we saw already today with some of the member states that participated, they recognize the importance of the social entrepreneurs and really the positive impact that social entrepreneurs are bringing in the world. Seventh, standardization. What does it mean, standardization? It means that we know how to evaluate and measure qualitatively and quantitatively the impact the social entrepreneurs are doing. And without standards and commonly defined and recognized standards, it would be very difficult to do that. So this is another exercise, another line of work, another responsibility that we take on in this community that we are creating today. Of course, there is an association of value to the standardization. So when we can associate value to a certain intervention, we can also allow for the impact both to be measured but also to be supported. Eighth, reinforce reinforce and continue to build a support network. Support network means, I believe, or we believe rather, 4 things. Reinforcing and building ecosystems, peer-to-peer support, technology and connectivity, and of course, funding. The support network we heard today from Visra, but for anybody that works with social entrepreneurs, is a key element for assisting social entrepreneurs. So let's build together, and we take our responsibility as the UN to maintain and continue to build ecosystem, but you as peer continue to support other entrepreneurs, not only in your local community, but globally. Connectivity, the technology and connection allow for that. 9th, blockchain technology and digital currency can certainly be used as a social currency. This for me was one of the revelations of today. I have to be very honest with you. I was slightly skeptical, first of all because I'm fairly ignorant in the subject, so I didn't quite understand what it means. But now that I still don't understand it, but I have understood that it's possible to use it, it's possible to use the technology, it's possible to use social digital currency to support and expand the impact of social entrepreneurs to achieve the SDGs. So we will continue to work with technical people like Eric and Paul and many others in finding out what is possible and how it's possible. Last but not least, we want to mobilize and continue to mobilize resources. We've heard today that there is already a social SDG fund, but there is also a quite growing number of social impact investors, foundations, banks, and actors that have the resources and are really waiting for initiatives like ours or like those of social entrepreneurs to receive funding. So our role will be to build this platform for allow them to connect with impactful social entrepreneurs. I think these are the 10 recommendations or the 10 points that we want to continue to bring forward. I would like now to open the floor for receiving your feedback on these 10 points. Of course, they're not only 10, they can expand or they can be less, but we really want to have your view. And as I say, we will bring these 10 recommendations, and maybe after the discussion, more than 10 recommendations to the EcoCircuit Forum as a series of intervention and a series of efforts to bring to raise the profile of social entrepreneurship and digital currency to a higher level and to the level of the policymakers. So the floor is open. Please do have, I know it's late, we're almost closing, we're almost there, and we're going to go for a drink all together at the UN bar afterwards, so don't worry, stay with me for a few minutes, and please comment on those. Let me recap briefly so you can have the chance to prepare. So we're building a community, and you are the community, and we want to expand this community. It's a series of events. We have the platform, Facebook Open Group. We believe that social entrepreneurs is the most important groups to achieve the SDGs, all of them. Local interventions need to be brought up at the global level. We need to work on policy frameworks and the recognition of the role of social entrepreneurs. We need to work on standards and the value associated to the impact of social entrepreneurs. We need to continue to build these support networks. We can use the blockchain technology and the digital currency, and we need to expand our resource base to a number of different sources. The floor is open. Please raise your hands. Visra, then we have Zefani. Visra, please start.
First of all, I wanted to give a little bit of a personal reflection on the whole event. I'm not usually at the UN. It's not a common case for me to stay for the whole day on a conference. It's a busy day for all of us, and I wanted to warmly thank you and share that I have been thoroughly inspired, first of all, by the willingness of the UN and agencies or institutions related to UN to organize and host such events. There is some level of openness in the air into looking at social entrepreneurship as something serious, although 5 years ago it wasn't the trend. Or even talking about blockchain, which is still a word I think half of the people here don't understand what it is, but we kind of talk about it and we want to involve it in our solutions. And basically, I want to say thank you to the organizers, but mostly to the audience for being so actively involved and trying to give inputs all the time, making the discussions very valuable for myself, not only as inspiration, but also as a takeaway to my team and the people I work with, where I want to share that the UN is capable of bringing not only solutions or a very high level, but also very grassroots, groundbreaking discussions. To add on the summary that Matteo made, I was really proud to hear social entrepreneurs can be such an important part of the agenda, and I'm strong, 100% certain that this is the case. One aspect I would add on is that at this kind of event I would love to see more social entrepreneurs who share their stories of how they built their enterprises. I wasn't able even to give as many examples of them in the presentation. There is so many things we want to share, so it's really impossible to actually focus on the social enterprises. But if you're really willing to read about personal stories of social entrepreneurs, either Google the Impact Hub Network and check out some of the members, or I don't know, Ashoka Fellows, or check out people from Amifico, Red Bull Academy. So many big corporations nowadays are actually collecting in databases the stories of social entrepreneurs. As a last thing, I wanted to share something I've heard from a professor at Harvard 2 months ago in a Skype conference call, where it was a really nice kind of a definition, and I think it was used at some of the UN opening speeches in last month. At the moment we are going through tremendous challenges, and all of these challenges can be either seen as opportunities or as big problems. I know that most of you are young and most of you will hear the sentence, the future depends on you. But the more we fuck it up, the more the responsibility will be difficult for you. Sorry for my language, but it's still young people mostly, so I guess it's
accepted.
I believe that in these challenges there are two options. One is very important, to stay open-minded, and the professor said people can be divided in two groups. One group is the one that will build walls and try to protect themselves from these changes and big challenges out there, and the other one is the one that will open their eyes and hearts. So make your choice, whatever you want to be, but I believe that in this group there is more of the ones that will open their eyes and hearts. And try to find the right people and right tools to be able to bring that to life. I think the goal, I was asked in an interview what is my goal in life, and I wanted to share it at the end of this event with all of you. My goal is to shine as bright as I can for as long as I can in the service of what matters. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you.
All that has been said, and my heart is filled with love and gratitude to all of you, Mr. Chair, and the colleagues. My recommendation goes back to the question posed by Professor Horowitz this morning about the engagement of academic actors. My recommendation is that we continue to engage with stakeholders and partners across the academic community, such as the COONS, the Academic Impact, UNGSII, and others, to find innovative ways for students who are engaged in research to conduct projects, either service or research projects, at the intersection of topics that we discussed today. So we're writing papers anyway. We might as well write about the things that matter and that we have questions about that will help move the needle and move us towards achieving sustainable development.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very brief. Thank you for your intervention and answer to my question. And I would then say that we really do need those stakeholders, because sometimes in our academic silos, we can't focus on the exact questions that we could be service service to the entrepreneurial, social entrepreneurship community, to the UN agencies and so on and so forth. So let's really work on that, not only academically but also in applied research and sort of start to also break those institutional barriers and sort of our shyness of being together.
Do I have anybody else? Okay. Let me start with the thanking all the panelists. I mean, we have over 30 people today, and none of them were boring or uninterested. I think all of them were inspirational, technically advanced, and very humble in the way they presented what they did, because most of you panelists are great in what you guys are doing, are champions also for promoting the cause of social entrepreneurs. Let me thank also the co-organizer, UN Habitat. Unfortunately, Doug wasn't able to be here, but I guarantee you that they're a strong supporter of this initiative, and especially when we will link it to find, when we will bring it to the cities. Let's say that. I also would like to recognize the incredible support that we received from Rounds, and particularly from Billy and all the volunteers that assist us today in the registration. So thank you very much for that, Billy. A special group of people, the Americans, the people that flew from the other side from the Americans.
And China.
And China, yeah, exactly. No, really, thank you. You, as I say, this was a zero budget conference, so all of you paid with your means to be here with us. We really appreciate, and your contribution has been incredibly valuable. So, Ari, definitely this is for you. And also for appreciate also the San Giorgio University. And as I said, we need to engage the academia much more than we've done so far. And in fact, the presentation of the paper is certainly the most evident partnership and engagement that we can think of for the future. Eric and Paul, your contribution and technical capacities are absolutely necessary for moving forward. So I held you. I will keep bothering you and pestering you in the months to come. But thank you for being with us. Isaac, World Merit, Impact Hub, incredible partner. We count on you to move forward on this topic. I think that the fact that former Chancellor and the Special Envoy on Youth Unemployment was here with us, it means that the UN system is ready and is committed at its highest possible level to social entrepreneurship and to achieving the SDGs. So I also want to thank Mr. Feynman for being with us. The Austrian Development Agency, among the many development assistance agencies, certainly one that we can count on. Miro, I don't know how to say thank you to you, but just say thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're an incredible person. This wouldn't have been possible at all without you. Thank you. And then I would like to conclude by saying thank you to all my colleagues. You have done an amazing job. Francesco, the social media guys, please. Isabel and Vincent, please stand up because you deserve it. And then Sarah, we all know that without you this wouldn't be. So I think this is it, or rather this is it for today. I would like to invite all of you, and by invite I don't mean I would pay for you, but I would invite you to join me and join us at the UN bar at the ground floor. Please, let's go there and have an educated drink informally so we can start, continue to exchange our view and position. And as I say, stay tuned, be entrepreneurial, and be socially engaged. Thank you.
Applause for Matteo.
All right, let's go.